Jon Moxley has officially detonated a nuclear warhead on WWE's credibility, and the blast zone is still spreading. In a jaw-dropping unscripted tirade that has the entire wrestling world on edge, the former Shield brother tore into Triple H, WWE, and even Seth Rollins himself, following the now infamous SummerSlam 2025 main event scandal. It all started when WWE allegedly faked Seth Rollins' devastating injury, an injury that had seemingly ruled him out of action for months, only for Rollins to hobble to the ring on crutches in dramatic fashion just moments after CM Punk had survived a brutal war with Gunther. The crowd had barely begun celebrating Punk's hard-earned victory when Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, blindsiding Punk and snatching the world title in under 5 minutes. At first, fans were stunned by the moment, but suspicion quickly took over. How did Rollins recover so fast? Why was he cleared to compete? And most importantly, was the injury ever real? That's when Moxley, never one to bite his tongue, stepped into the spotlight and set the record on fire. In a raw, unscripted promo at a gritty independent wrestling event, Moxley exploded with fury, holding nothing back. He paced the ring, grabbed the microphone, and launched into a tirade that shook the industry. "Triple H, you think you're a genius. You think faking injuries is storytelling. No, that's not wrestling, that's corporate poison. That's selling out your soul to pop a rating and screw over a man who gave everything to this company. CM Punk bled for WWE. And you broke his heart to protect your chosen one." The crowd was electric, chanting Moxley's name as he revealed never-before-seen backstage footage that has since gone viral. Rollins, just minutes before his dramatic entrance, was shown walking comfortably behind the curtain, no limp, no struggle, laughing with referees and practicing his spots. He even shared a celebratory handshake with Paul Heyman before heading out, all while the world believed he was barely able to walk. Then came the hammer blow. Moxley stared straight into the camera and shouted, "The Shield would be ashamed of what you've become, Seth." He spiked the mic and left the ring to thunderous applause and stunned silence from the wrestling community. Since that night, the fallout has been nothing short of catastrophic. CM Punk reportedly stormed into an emergency meeting with Triple H, demanding the title be handed back to him and threatening to walk away from WWE altogether. Paul Heyman, seen backstage scrambling with his phone, has been working overtime to do damage control, trying to protect what's left of his fragile faction from imploding. Even Roman Reigns, who's been eerily silent since his own betrayal at WrestleMania, was caught on camera backstage watching the chaos unfold with a sinister smirk, whispering something cryptic to Jey Uso. Meanwhile, Rollins' legacy, once seen as one of resilience and reinvention, is now under siege. The WWE universe is split. Some defend him, saying he played the game, while others label him a fraud who let the company lie for him. Internal sources suggest that this entire scheme was WWE's way of punishing CM Punk for going off script during his match with Gunther, where he allegedly ignored several key production cues. But if that was the plan, it's backfired in spectacular fashion, with Moxley becoming the whistleblower no one expected but everyone needed. He's been sitting on this evidence for months, and once the lie went too far, he made sure the world knew the truth. Fans across social media are demanding justice for Punk, questioning WWE's integrity, and debating whether this could be the storyline crack that finally breaks the system. Should Punk be granted an immediate rematch? Was Moxley right to go rogue and expose the truth? And how much longer can WWE keep pretending everything is under control when the locker room is this unstable? This isn't just another wrestling storyline. This is a war over truth, power, and betrayal. So smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you never miss another explosive update. The game has changed. The truth is out, and this story is far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was this WWE's darkest move yet, or just another chapter in the twisted saga of sports entertainment's most dangerous family? Jon Moxley has unleashed a firestorm that WWE may never recover from, detonating a scandal so explosive it has scorched every corner of the wrestling world and ignited a backlash of epic proportions. In a shocking, unscripted rant that took place not on WWE programming, but at an independent wrestling show where the gloves were off and the truth couldn't be edited out, Moxley took direct aim at Triple H, the corporate machine of WWE, and perhaps most painfully, his former Shield brother Seth Rollins. The trigger for this emotional eruption was the now infamous conclusion to SummerSlam 2025, a night already soaked in controversy, when Seth Rollins miraculously returned from a career-threatening injury to cash in his Money in the Bank contract and steal the World Heavyweight Championship from CM Punk mere minutes after Punk had survived a brutal war with Gunther. What initially looked like an underdog triumph was rapidly exposed as something far more sinister. The night was supposed to be about redemption, about CM Punk proving that his body, mind, and heart still belonged in the main event after years of battles both in and out of the ring. But that all came crashing down when Rollins, allegedly injured and out of action for months, suddenly limped his way to the ring on crutches, only to throw them aside, land a quick superkick, hit a curb stomp, and walk away as the new champion. It was a twist so surreal that it immediately sparked whispers of foul play across social media. How did Rollins heal so fast? Why did nobody in WWE address the miracle recovery? Why were cameras conveniently not showing him warming up backstage? That's when Jon Moxley, long viewed as the unpredictable wildcard of professional wrestling, stepped in and burned the entire narrative to the ground. At a gritty indie show packed with die-hard fans, Moxley seized the microphone mid-segment and shifted the tone from entertainment to confession. He didn't yell for attention, he roared for truth. His voice cut through the crowd like a blade. You want to talk about real. You want to talk about storytelling. Triple H, you fake injuries. You break the heart of a man who gave you everything, and you hand the belt to someone who didn't earn it just because it fits your agenda. That's not wrestling. That's corporate deception. The crowd erupted, sensing they were witnessing history. But Moxley wasn't done. He pulled out his phone and showed footage on the screen above the ring that reportedly came from backstage at SummerSlam, footage showing Seth Rollins walking freely, without crutches, without pain, laughing with referees and even rehearsing his cash in just minutes before going out to sell the light to millions. There was no injury, no miracle, no redemption. It was a setup. And Moxley made damn sure the world knew. The footage, which has since spread across every major wrestling forum and social media platform, shows Rollins high-fiving Paul Heyman, casually discussing the cue for his music to hit, and visibly grinning just before his heroic entrance. It's not just damning, it's devastating. It confirms what many fans suspected, that WWE orchestrated the entire injury angle to create a feel-good redemption story, only to pull the rug out from under CM Punk and serve Rollins another manufactured moment. But the most chilling line of the night came when Moxley looked straight into the camera and delivered the dagger. The Shield would be ashamed of what you've become, Seth. This isn't brotherhood. This is betrayal. What followed was chaos. Reports suggest CM Punk stormed into an emergency meeting with Triple H within 24 hours of the video going viral. Eyewitnesses claim Punk was livid, demanding the immediate forfeiture of the championship and threatening legal action if the matter wasn't addressed. Paul Heyman, who's long been seen as the puppet master behind WWE's most shocking moments, was spotted backstage at Raw the next night in a state of total panic, pacing the halls, frantically making phone calls, and avoiding cameras altogether. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns, whose own factional empire has been crumbling in recent months, was caught watching Moxley's promo backstage. Security footage leaked online showed Reigns smirking, turning to Jey Uso, and whispering something that lip readers interpreted as, "Let it all burn." Reigns' reaction only deepened the speculation that the foundation of WWE is splitting beneath the weight of its own deceit. Insiders have now confirmed that Rollins' injury may have been an elaborate work designed as punishment for CM Punk, who reportedly went off-script during his match with Gunther by extending the match beyond the agreed time limit and ignoring producer instructions. The powers that be, enraged by Punk's defiance, allegedly fast-tracked Rollins' return angle as a means to undercut Punk's moment and reassert control over the narrative. But in doing so, they ignited something far more dangerous, the wrath of Jon Moxley, a man who's never cared about politics, only truth. The consequences are still unfolding. Fans are rallying behind Punk like never before, demanding a rematch, a title reversal, or at the very least, an honest explanation. Chants of "Justice for Punk" have echoed at live events. Merchandise bearing the slogan, "Shield of Lies," has popped up in underground wrestling circles. And for the first time in years, WWE is facing a crisis not because of ratings or competition, but because the fans no longer trust the story. This is no longer just a storyline controversy. This is a war for the soul of wrestling itself. Do you reward manipulation and scripted deception, or do you stand behind the grit, blood, and sacrifice that real wrestlers like Punk and Moxley have given for years? So now the ball is in WWE's court. Did they cover it up and double down? Did they give Punk the rematch he deserves? Or did they risk losing the last shred of legitimacy they have left? One thing's for sure, Moxley's words can't be unsaid. The footage can't be unseen. And the fire he lit won't stop burning. This isn't just about a title. It's about betrayal, brotherhood, legacy, and the lies we're fed in the name of entertainment. Hit that like button if you're ready to see the truth rise from the ashes. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping revelations and sound off in the comments below. Should WWE admit the lie and give Punk his redemption? Or is this just business as usual in the most dangerous game on earth?